Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to the Memphis Zoo's Penguin Rock. I hope you're all enjoying your afternoon today. You're in for a special treat as this is feeding time for our African penguins. These guys are also known as black-footed penguins, or even jackass penguins because of their donkey-like braying sound. Now, before I get into too much detail about the penguins, I'd like to tell you a little bit about some of the other birds you'll see in this area of the zoo. Over in this pool with the blue awning over top, you will find 5 large white birds with pouch-shaped beaks. These are our American white pelicans. The white pelican is one of the largest species of pelican with a wingspan of up to 9 feet. They also have large pouch-shaped beaks that help them during their feeding time out in the wild. They will swim over a body of water looking for fish, and when they find some, they will dunk their heads down into the water, fill their beaks with 2 to 3 gallons of water and fish, and squeeze the water out the sides to keep the fish. Now, speaking of fish, I'll get back to our African penguins. Everybody out here is getting 2 different kinds of fish. This large fish is their main meal here at the zoo, and it's called capelin. Along with their capelin, they get vitamins and daily medicines. Now, you may be wondering how I make sure that each bird gets their own vitamins and medicines. Well, if you take a moment to look at the wing of each penguin, you will see a band with a color combination on it. That color combination is unique to the bird and actually serves as their name tag. You may also notice that some birds wear their bands on the right wing and others on the left. That is because males wear their bands on the right wing and females on the left. If you happen to notice a bird out here who is much chubbier than the rest, it's not just because they're a bit of a chow hound. It's actually because they're going to begin their molting period. Now, a molt is when a bird loses all of their old feathers and grows fresh new ones. Most types of birds do this just a few feathers at a time, but penguins will actually lose all of their feathers at once. They do this just once a year and they put on a lot of weight during that time, so we actually have to cut their bands off. We put new bands on that are looser, and that way it doesn't dig into their wing. I'll point out a couple of interesting birds out here in the pool. Our oldest penguin is this gentleman right here in front of me wearing the blue and yellow band. His name is Mundo, and he is 23 years old. Now, if that sounds really old for a penguin, it's actually right about his middle years, as these guys can live up into their mid-30s in captivity. Out in the wild, their lifespan is generally closer to 15 years. Now, if Mundo is our oldest penguin, who's our youngest? It's actually this little guy right over here wearing the purple and white band. His name is Alirin, and he is 1 year old. He actually just finished his first molt. Before that molt, he was completely black with just a white belly. And afterwards, as you can see, he's the same color as the rest of the penguins. Now, a couple of other interesting birds are 3 birds that just joined us from the Seneca Park Zoo in Rochester, New York. And they came here as part of a species survival plan, which is a breeding program for animals in decline in the wild. These 3 birds are Emily right out here wearing the solid red band, Spencer over here wearing the green and yellow, and Penelope out here with the pink and yellow. Now, I called these guys African penguins, and that's because they do indeed come from the coast of South Africa. This means that they are warm weather penguins. In fact, if it gets below 40 degrees here in the zoo, we do have to leave the door to their den open so they can go inside and get warm if they want to. On the coast of South Africa, these guys live on beautiful sandy beaches. A pair of penguins will build a burrow nest into the sand of their beach, and the female will lay 2 eggs at a time in that nest. Both parents take turns sitting on the eggs for 38 days, and after they hatch, both parents will continue to take care of the babies. The population of African penguins used to be estimated up to 1 million. Now it's down closer to 99,000. The biggest threat to their population used to be egg collecting. Now it's a combination of things, including habitat loss, depletion of their fish resources, and also oil spills. If one of our penguins got into an oil spill, the oil would coat their feathers, taking away their waterproofing and insulation ability. And also, any oil that they swallow is fatal to them. But the wild is not the only place our penguins are in danger. In fact, they're in danger right here in the Memphis Zoo because of coins and other objects that are thrown into their pool. If one of our penguins swallowed a coin, the coin could become stuck in their stomach, causing them to be very sick or even die. So we ask as you're going around the zoo today that you not throw any objects into any of our exhibits, and this will keep all of our animals happy and healthy. A few last facts about the African penguin. When they're out fishing, they will often stay at sea for up to 2 days. Swimming underwater, they can hold their breath for 2 to 3 minutes, and they can reach a swimming speed of up to 14 miles per hour. Well, I hope everyone has enjoyed the African penguins and their friends. I'm going to stay out here and feed for a little while longer. If you have any questions, please let me know and I'll be happy to answer for you. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day here at the Memphis Zoo.
Do you ever feed them live fish?
We have fed them live fish in the past. It's just that we have a harder time getting a hold of live fish.
Have any of the penguins had babies?
Yes, they do have babies here in the zoo, and in fact, several of the birds out here were hatched here at the zoo.
So you're going through it. Look at them eating their fish.
They ask you to lay their eggs.
What?
Ask you to lay their eggs. When they do have babies.
The things on their wings are actually their name tags. We use the different colors on there so we can tell them apart.
Look at that.
When they do have babies, where do they lay their eggs?
Their nests are actually inside a room inside this mountain behind me.
Do we have any eggs incubating right now?
We don't have any eggs right now. We actually prefer to do most of our breeding in the fall and winter, and we do that simply by taking away their nest boxes during the summer. It's actually healthier for the chicks to be born in the drier winter.
Right. Just hot and humidity. No wonder.
They actually have sharp edges on their beaks and a hook on the end that lets them hold on to the fish. And then inside their mouth, they have little spikes on the roof of their mouth and on their tongue that hooks onto the scales of the fish, and they use that to slide that down their throat. And they swallow their fish whole.
Is there generally a boss like other animals do?
No, there's no lead penguin in the group. There are some that are stronger than the others, and they can, bully the others into getting their way, but there's not a social structure with them.
That's pretty interesting, isn't it?